Buck boost regulator. It is a DC to DC converter, which means input parameters to the buck boost regulator are in the form of DC and the output parameters are also in the form of DC. It produces output DC voltage less than the input voltage and output voltage greater than the input voltage. The magnitude of output voltage depends on the duty cycle. Duty cycle D decides the working of the topology either in the buck mode or in the boost mode. This is the construction of the buck boost regulator. It involves the component like energy storage inductor, freewheeling diode D, filter capacitor C, controlled switch S, and the input DC supply VI. Because of one switch is present in the circuit, one cycle operation of buck regulator in continuous conduction mode can be explained with the help of two modes. This one is the mode 1 equivalent circuit diagram when the switch is in the on state, and this is the mode 2 equivalent circuit diagram when the switch is in the off state. These are the waveforms of the various parameters of buck boost regulator when it is operated in continuous conduction mode. So as usual in the timing diagram, the time duration for the switch are mentioned, on time duration and the off time duration. So at the instant t is equal to 0, when the switch is turned on, mode 1 operation begins. The inductor gets connected to the supply through this on state switch and it starts storing the energy from the supply. Current starts from the positive terminal of the supply, it passes through the switch, it flows through the inductor and goes back to the supply. This is how the current through the inductor gradually increases from minimum value towards the maximum value as inductor keeps on storing the energy. This inductor and switch in the mode 1 operation comes into the series fashion, so the whatever the current flows through the inductor, the same current passes through the switch. So during the first mode, the waveform of Is is exactly same as the IL. In the first interval, the diode is in the off state condition, it is in the reverse bias condition. Because the diode is in the off state condition, there is no current flow through the diode during the mode 1 operation. So here you can see ID is equal to 0. Inductor gets connected to the supply and this switch can be thought as a short circuit element. So the voltage drop takes place across this switch is approximately 0. So the voltage across inductor during the mode 1 is equal to VI. At the instant dt when the switch is turned off, at the time mode 2 operation begins. When the mode 2 operation begins, the polarity across inductor gets reversed, and due to that this diode comes into the forward bias condition and freewheeling action begins. Inductor releases its energy into the load using this freewheeling diode. But this time in the mode 2, the direction of the current is in the anti-clockwise direction. That means current starts from this terminal, it passes through the load, it goes to the diode and then it finally comes back to the inductor. So this is how the closed loop path is formed. And in the second interval, in the second mode, inductor releases its energy into the load. So the current through the inductor gradually decreases from the maximum value to the minimum value. The current is flowing in the loop manner, so the current through the diode is same as the inductor current in the second interval. So the ID is exactly looks like IL. In the second interval, the switch is in the off state condition, so there is no current flow through the switch. And in the second interval, the inductor comes in parallel with the load, but the polarity of the inductor is in the opposite direction, so the voltage across inductor is V output. And as diode is in the forward bias condition, voltage across diode in the second interval is 0. So when a buck boost converter operates in continuous mode, which means the current through the inductor never falls to the 0. So during the on state, we can write the equation delta IL divided by delta T is equal to V upon L. Based on this formula, we can write delta IL on. That is the rate of change of inductor current during the on time. Voltage across inductor during the first interval is the supply voltage V input. So when we substitute into the equation and when the integration is done, we get delta IL on is equal to dt divided by L into VI. We know that D is the duty cycle and that represents the portion of the complete cycle, and the magnitude of the D varies from 0 to 1. 0 is corresponding to S is never on and 1 is corresponding to S is always on. And during the off state, when the switch is open, the inductor current flows through the load. Based on this formula, we can find out delta IL of, and the voltage across inductor during the second interval is equal to output voltage. So by substituting VL is equal to VO into the equation and integration of this term results into VO inside the bracket 1 minus D into T divided by L. So under the steady state condition, which means that current passing through the inductor at the beginning of the cycle and at the end of the cycle is same. In short, the net rate of change of inductor current over the one cycle period is equal to 0. So delta IL on plus delta IL off is equal to 0. By substituting delta IL on and delta IL off into the equation, we get this term. And finally, by rearranging the terms, we can write V output is equal to minus D divided by 1 minus D into input. So here we can see that the output voltage depends on the magnitude of D. And output voltage is having the opposite polarity than the input voltage. That is due to the direction of the current in the mode 2 is in the anti-clockwise direction. So in the buck boost regulator, we get the output voltage always with the opposite polarity compared to the input voltage. When the magnitude of duty cycle D is between 0 to 0.5, the output voltage will be less than the input voltage and the buck boost regulator operates in the buck mode. When the magnitude of the D is greater than 0.5, then the buck boost regulator operates in the boost mode. So when to make this topology as a buck converter or the boost converter, that depends on the value of duty cycle D. So in the discontinuous conduction mode, which means that in some cases the amount of energy required by the load is small enough to be transferred in a time smaller than the provided time. So before the time gets over, the energy into the component gets over. So in this case, the current through the inductor falls to the zero and remains at the zero for a certain period of the time. And by following the procedure which was discussed in the buck regulator discontinuous conduction mode session, we can develop the output voltage equation for buck boost regulator operating in DCM. So by observing this equation, we can say that output voltage is not only the function of duty cycle D, but it also depends on the total time period, value of L, and output current. Applications of buck boost regulator: whenever the application demands variation in the DC voltage, sometimes greater magnitude of DC voltage and sometimes less magnitude of DC voltage. And whenever the inverted output is required, which means output voltage produced by buck boost regulator has the opposite polarity than the supply voltage. Advantages of the buck boost regulator are: it provides the inverted output, both buck and the boost operation by a single circuit. Efficiency of this regulator is high. Short circuit protection can be easily implemented.